welcome everybody. And I'm not going to be doing very much talking today because Bob and I, who, mostly put these together, neither one of us have ordered food except for I just did order walnuts from Costco the other day. So my daughter could teach me how to use Instacart. But anyways, so I'm leaving it all up to you guys. And so let's start with Roberto and so that he can get back to his other clients of how him and his wife order their food, and they have 2 children too, so they're feeding a family for sure. Okay.
Okay, so we do a number of ways, but we've just been trying out a little bit of DoorDash as our way to go to order food. So far, the app is accessible. If you've ever used Uber Eats, it's very, very similar interface. VoiceOver interacts the same way with all the buttons and headings and links. So for VoiceOver users, if you ever use Uber Eats, DoorDash feels almost the same. I feel a bit better about DoorDash comparison to Instacart because I just noticed for me it's felt like there's more limitations on Instacart. So just kind of putting that out there. But okay, so DoorDash, you can easily add items to your shopping list. So you will always have you choose a store that you're trying to shop from. And for us, one of the places we would choose is FoodMax or Safeway. Those are the 2 go-to places. And when we choose FoodMax as our place to shop, we're able to search for items. Now, one of my favorite tools about using any of these apps is they will have your recent orders. So you can pull up your most recent shopping list from the previous time and just choose items that you would like to add to your current shopping list from there. So I think this part is one of the most convenient parts about using apps is you can just recall all the items you ordered previously. So no need to search, hunt, anything like that. You just add and go. And then maybe you're having a hard time finding another item, but it's on the 3rd shopping list that you did 3 times ago. You can go there, once again, look at the history and just re-add it to your current shopping list. So I believe this is, once again, you can do this on any app. It's one of my favorite features. And when we do shopping, we end up having 30 items to 40 items on the shopping list. I noticed that for each item you add, the tip amount increments from there, which kind of makes sense. But yeah, so more or less that's kind of how it goes.
I don't understand that one. You tip on that. On the what? On the
per item that you add.
Really?
So I guess in the way they're looking at it is they're spending more time as they're adding items. So then of course the tip amount can always be customized, but I noticed that's kind of the pattern I picked up is it adds a service fee or a tip amount increments as you add items in your shopping cart.
And does it get pretty expensive?
I would say for me as a person, when I compare myself owning a car and driving the car to the store and then driving it back, I would say, I guess it could be a fair amount. So, yeah, I would say it's a fair amount.
I think this is John, and I think the way to think about the tip is that the reason that the tip increases as you add items is because your total is increasing. So, for example, you might want to leave a 10 or 15% tip. Well, each time that you add items, your total is increasing. So is your tip.
Yeah, along with the service fee. So
right.
Yeah, I think like Instacart is a 10 cents per item increment for the service fee, along with the rate. So if it's $10, the item is $10. Of course, I would add an extra 10 cents, but the service fee itself adds another 10 cents per item as you're adding which is then increasing your tip. But yeah, once again, you can customize that tip to change it. You can set a default tip. So this way, every time you use this service, it's already set as a default of $5, $10. That's something that I tend to do is I set a default tip. I do that with all my delivery apps / driving apps, but more or less that's kind of how I use it. So in DoorDash, once again, I add the items into my shopping cart, and then from there, searching for items isn't too challenging. We can either add items, whether that's milk, juice, cereal, beef. Sometimes I feel like some things are over-explained, where it'll just kind of describe the whole thing, and I don't know what it's saying. I'm just like, okay, sounds good. I'm just gonna add it in there. You can rate products. I don't know if anyone rates products, so I don't. I just kind of keep going from there. And you can add things to shop for later. Maybe you found an item, not what you were looking for, but you can add it for later in the future if you ever want to buy it. So it's kind of like the whole Amazon wish list kind of style. We can just save it for later. And I mean, that's pretty much it that I have for DoorDash. You can always prioritize your order. You can always choose standard, prioritize, or schedule the delivery. So that's up to you. And then depending on the store hours, I do know there are some limitations where if you order too late, it'll just say it'll deliver it the next day. So that is a limitation I noticed that may happen. I think it's after it could depend on the store and your area, but I think for us, it's like 7 p.m. is a cutoff time. So if you order after 7 p.m., it will push it out for the next day.
I didn't even know that I thought DoorDash was only restaurants. So I didn't even know that you could order from grocery stores. And so are the prices comparable between Instacart and DoorDash then, for if you're going to do it for groceries?
I think depending on how you subscribe, I believe it eventually is. Eventually it comes down that they're almost the same.
Okay.
They just charge differently, but at the end of the day, it's almost the same.
Interesting. Does anybody have any questions?
It's Holly, and I join you, Bevy, in not having known that DoorDash would do actual grocery shopping. Thank you, Roberto. That's really interesting. Question about accessibility with VoiceOver. You said that it seems quite accessible. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's great, because I had my first experience with Uber Eats yesterday through which is now a restaurant tab. They're associated now with Instacart, and so I tried it for the first time, and my experience in that was in trying to order food from Nick the Greek. Some of it was accessible, other areas of it was not, and so I needed my sweetheart to help finish the order. And yes, it was tasty, but that's why I was curious about the VoiceOver. Are there any issues that you could speak to and guide us on?
I know that it could get a little confusing when you're since you mentioned restaurants, when you're like customizing an order, or maybe it's a special order. I do know with VoiceOver it gets a little crazy, I would say. I found it to be accessible, but I do find it to be quite confusing at first.
Yes.
At first, it's confusing because you're like, which button is associated with which item, or what are you talking about adding more of, or something like that. I do notice those kinds of weird, I would say, phenomena. But eventually it starts to make sense after you start seeing it, and then once it gets to your house and you're like, oh, that's what you meant.
Now that you have,
Yeah, now that you have it
10 pounds of apples.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was interesting. I thought, well, maybe it's just not coded the way we would like it to be, playing well with VoiceOver, because some things I tapped on, it is just like there was no button there, and I tapped everywhere around that option. So I was real interested to hear how you're doing with that. So thank you.
Yeah, I made mistakes where it comes to my house. That's what it was.
So I know, John, that you and Susan use DoorDash a lot too. Do you have some things to add to what Roberto said?
Well, the one thing, excuse me, the one thing that I would add is that my experience has been that each restaurant or store's menu is a little different as far as the layout is concerned and how they deal with custom orders. So, um, like Roberto said, the more you use it, the more familiar you get with it. And I totally agree with what he said about being able to bring up your previous orders. That is extremely handy because a lot of times, we may have a situation where there are things that we want to reorder on a fairly regular basis. And being able to go into a previous order at a particular store or restaurant and reorder things is extremely convenient. So, what Susan and I do, we we use the same two services that Roberto has been talking about, Instacart and also DoorDash. We tend to use Instacart more for groceries and DoorDash more for ordering food from restaurants. And I think the reason that we do that is that that's kind of how those apps were originally set up. Uh, what I mean by that is Instacart has traditionally been more oriented toward shopping from stores, whereas DoorDash has been um, leaning more toward delivering from restaurants.
Whoops. Sorry, I don't mind.
Someone's trying to come in now. I think as Bob mentioned, what was it? I mean, Bob, John mentioned, one of my favorite things too, as you're adding on that, is sometimes you literally want to reorder the exact same thing you ordered last time, and you can just say buy again, basically the same idea, buy again. And once you place my order, it will literally reorder the same item, same order, same meal, same combo, same sauces, same custom orders as you did just your previous time. And that is one of my
Yeah,
most favorite
yeah.
time saving options ever.
And
So,
that's especially handy with restaurants.
Yes.
For
Yes.
example, if you ordered a burger or a sandwich or any food and you customized it, it remembers the customization, so you will get exactly what you got the last time.
Ah,
a question I would have for DoorDash is that, I love Mexican food. So can you order from like the taquerias?
Yes, at least here in the Santa Clara Valley, I believe there are now over 300 restaurants that are available on DoorDash.
Okay.
And they actually have it broken down into different food categories. So if you would like to find a Mexican restaurant, you can search for that.
Okay.
There's, American, Italian, Chinese, Japanese, um, Korean, just about any type of food that you can imagine is available from restaurants that specialize in that particular cuisine.
mm-hmm.
And
So,
Holly, what's your information about Uber Eats since we're talking about restaurants?
Well, I shared some of it a minute ago about how for me, as the first time using it, and that was going through the Instacart app to the restaurant, the new restaurant tab, which is now associated with Uber Eats. And so I was very green at it. I was excited to try it, and I'm encouraged that it will be workable because other people are doing it, which is why we do tips and tricks, right?
Right.
To share.
What what was the pricing like?
Well, the pricing, one of the reasons I particularly wanted to try it uh, was because there's offers that come up. And this one was $15 off a an order of $25 or more. And so we applied that, and it's definitely more expensive than going down to Santa Cruz to Nick the Greek and sharing a meal there. But it was a good experience in the long run. It was good training. I was sort of surprised that I had difficulty tapping on all the things I wanted to order, because I did all of my tricks that I know how to do with voiceover, and it wasn't working. So I have things to learn. But would I do it again? Of course I would, especially with a coupon.
I think one of the things to add on about Uber Eats,
Can you a little bit louder?
one of my favorite things to add on about Uber Eats, I haven't tried this on DoorDash, but is a refund policy, the refund system. Super, super easy. So if anytime an order is missing an item, or they got it mixed up, made a mistake, the refund policy is super easy, super smooth, no complaints there.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's good. And I did notice that I really, really like how they told me it would be delivered probably within 30 to 45 minutes, and gave me a specific time. And then I got a notification, and this was with the Instacart app open, because that was my original portal. They gave me an update that my food was on the way. And so the driver was able to communicate in a sense that way. So I was updated. So that was cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step away, everyone, but thanks for letting me share my
Oh,
experience.
thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Very helpful.
Roberto. Very, very informative. Thanks so much.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
You too.
So one of the things that Susan and I sometimes do, specifically with Instacart, when we have a fairly large order that we want to place, is we will actually get help from an IRA agent. And what we'll do is we will connect with IRA. They will log into our Instacart account with their computer, and they'll help us, with the shopping. And the thing that I find really helpful with that is that they are extremely efficient. So, for example, if we are shopping from, let's say, Safeway, and we want to know, let me think of a good example. We want to shop for a particular item where there are lots of choices. What the IRA agents can do is they can very quickly tell us what the choices are. We can pick one, they have it instantly added to our shopping cart, and they're ready for us to, to give them the next item that we would like to purchase. And so it's not that we can't do it on our own, because we often do. But like I said, sometimes when we have a larger shopping list that may contain, 30 to 40 items, what we have found is that using an IRA agent to go through that and help us make the choices that we want can really be very efficient.
And so how does that work with using the IRA agent? Are they connected with Instacart, IRA?
What they do is they actually log into our account with the computer on their end, and they log in just as though they were us, and they're able to to place the order for us.
Oh, that's great.
And
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we don't have to exchange any credit card information with them or anything like that, any sort of payment information, because that is already saved in our account.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
John,
just to give you a sense, I'm sorry. Did someone want to say something?
John, this is Bob. I was going to ask you.
Oh, hi, Bob.
Hi. Do you have to link your Instacart to your IRA account like you do with Lyft or any of the others, or they just log in?
You don't have to do it, but you can, which makes it a little bit more efficient. You can either give them your login information each time or ask them to save it in your account. And if they save it, that makes it even quicker because they, when they have your account in front of them on the screen, they've got your login information right there, and they can just go ahead and quickly type it in.
Okay.
That's cool. You know, and adding to that, John, I just found out yesterday that we can call Instacart. They have their senior and specialized support line that I've used a lot just for different things over the years. And they can actually, once one has their account set up, an Instacart membership, you know, email, phone number, payment method, name, address, we can call Instacart, and it says it's a senior line, but it is for us too, people who could use some specialized help, and give them their shopping list, and they will with us on the phone help us shop and put the items in our account, in our cart, and check out for us, choose delivery time with our help. They will, so somebody does not have to be at all techie once the account is set up. And I talked to a gal, some folks yesterday and today. The gal this morning said, it's my favorite kind of call when people call me with my shopping list, with their shopping list. They love to do it. Well, some of them. So I was really impressed with that. I didn't know.
That's really fantastic. I didn't realize that either. I do have the phone number to get connected with them for seniors and so forth, but I didn't realize that you could actually give them a shopping list over the phone. That is extremely good to know because there are a few people in my support group that I think may really want to take advantage of that.
Absolutely. And I found out that as long as so you know how some short stores allow for EBT, I think it's called a card. Is that like foods? It's a discounted card. I'm not really sure how all that works, or food stamps. Some stores will accept that form of payment, but when someone calls Instacart, I call it customer service, and have them help do the shopping, they are not allowed to use an EBT card when they check out for us because it needs a PIN number, a code, and that's confidential information. So as long as we have a debit or a credit card on file, a standard, they can help shop from start to finish.
That's really great.
Yeah, I was excited when she told me that yesterday. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. I've been shopping with them since 2020, John, and I just found out yesterday.
That's great. Well,
Yeah.
just to give all of you a sense of the stores that are available through Instacart, I logged in this morning and it told me that I had 114 stores to choose from.
Wow.
And
But
so
it's in your area, right?
it's pretty amazing. So just to give you just to kind of run down a list of a few that I made note of here. When we're talking about groceries, I mean, you've got Safeway, Lenardi's, Sprouts Farmers Market, Rayleigh's, Smart and Final, Walmart, and the list goes on. Then you can order from places like Home Depot, Lowe's, Costco, Petco. It's just incredible the number of stores that they are able to deliver from. Now, I'm not exactly sure what you would order from, say, Lowe's, because you typically think of Lowe's as a hardware store, and you're probably not going to be ordering building materials for your next project. But
I thought I could get 2x4s delivered.
Bob
you probably
would,
can.
and screws. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you probably can actually, Bob. That's a good point. So DoorDash, like I said, we typically use them more for restaurants, and I mean, there's everything from, fast food. I mean, you can order from burger places like McDonald's or Burger King, or Taco Bell, places like that, all the way up to Black Angus and Red Lobster. And like I said, I heard recently that we have over 300 restaurants to choose from. And so, no matter what a person is hungry for, there's going to be a restaurant on the list that will satisfy them just fine. And Susan and I have purchased memberships, if you will. DoorDash, I believe, calls it Dash Pass. You pay, I believe it's $9.99 a month. And what you get for that is you get free delivery from most restaurants on orders that are over $12. Well, when you're ordering for two people, I don't think you could get a meal for under $12.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you use DoorDash just a few times in a month, and that Dash Pass pays for itself very quickly. We also have a membership with Instacart. It's a yearly membership, and I just renewed it recently. I believe it's $129. And it's a similar thing. It saves you on delivery fees. It saves, there are sometimes promotions that you receive as a member that wouldn't otherwise be available to you. And we find both of those um, memberships, if you want to call them that, very beneficial.
Holly, did you find out that the Instacart was $99?
Well, yes, that was my information. Maybe you got an upgraded Instacart. Uh, or we were talking about Costco, John.
Yeah, you know, I
mistake.
I could be mistaken. It may have. The more I think about it, maybe it is $99 a year for the Instacart membership.
Okay, well, I have good news. You just saved $30.
Thank you.
Yours. Yeah. Hey, you're a good friend. So, I did find out that the annual membership for Instacart to have that membership and all the benefits is $99 a year, or $9.99 a month if one chooses to do it on a monthly basis. We actually, because we are also Costco members, and when we went to renew after the first year, I think we got a special deal where it was $79 because of our Costco membership. Maybe that's because we have our Costco membership linked with Instacart, which gives added benefits. And we find that, and if you have a Costco membership already, boy, let's make sure that gets set up. And I got some information about how to do that. I learned that yesterday too.
I will need to know how to do that.
Right. Oh gosh, I couldn't believe how easy it was. Because now when I shop at Costco through Instacart, we get a rebate, just like if we were shopping in store, and we get a check at the end of the year, or however often they issue those checks, which is really nice. Right, John?
Whoops,
Yes, that is correct.
Nice money, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, good.
This is
I have
Bob.
do you have some other things on that, John, on that topic?
No, I'm certainly happy to answer any questions that people might have, but I really enjoy having access to both of those services, and we really have been using them more and more just because of the convenience.
I'd like to hear more about your DoorDash experience with the restaurants. Any tips for do's and don'ts that you found helpful, please?
Well, I can't say that we've ever had a bad experience. As Roberto said, you know, one of the things that's nice about DoorDash is that you're able to track your order from the time that you place it to the time that the order is delivered. And so there are about 4 different steps that the app will show you. It will tell you that the driver is on the way to the store or restaurant. It'll tell you that they have arrived and are in the process of getting your order together.
Hmm.
It will tell you when they have left the restaurant and are heading your way. And it will tell you when they are about to arrive so that you can, meet them at the front door or walk outside or do whatever you'd like to do to meet up with them and get your delivery. So, oftentimes the app will also show you time. So it will tell you when the delivery is expected to arrive. And I just really like that because at any time, if I am wondering where we are in the process, I can check on the app and it tells me right there where where the order is with those different steps.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. That's great.
I do have a question for either one of you, and is that I did call Nog Hill yesterday to find out if they delivered at all and on the delivery fee on it and stuff, and it's yes, they do, and it's $11.99, $12 for a delivery fee. My question to you guys is, would it, unless it's over $100, and then he wasn't sure what it was, so it might be less at that point, but would either one of you think that that would be comparable to what Instacart would charge, or? Because I didn't have to pay anything the one and only time I've ordered something, because the first 3 times I order, it's free. So, I have no idea, would that be comparable to what Instacart would charge?
Well, Bevy, I'm sorry, I didn't catch where you asked that question. What?
Dog Hill?
Say again, what was it?
Oh, you can't hear me very well?
I don't know, it's kind of fuzzy. There's a little, sometimes when, yeah.
Sophia.
She said not the Nob Hill
Oh,
grocery
no.
store.
Thank you. Thank you. I hear you loud and clear. Yes, which actually is listed as Rayleigh's.
Yes, it is listed as Rayleigh's, but what I'm saying is that they charge a $12 delivery fee. Unless it's over $100, and I didn't look any further than that, but would that be comparable into what Instacart?
I would answer no, because, for example, if someone doesn't want to have an Instacart membership, which would be the $9.99 a month for unlimited deliveries from all of those available stores, or the $99 a year, for a one-time delivery, it's $7.99 from one store, and that at plus extra service fees as well as all the other stuff. So I definitely like using Instacart because I can shop at Nob Hill with the Instacart benefits. And through Instacart, they have a 14-day, I thought this was very cool, a 14-day free trial for the membership. Once once you set up your information, your phone number, email, etc., payment method, then it will give an option of the 14-day free trial. If you like it and you just want to continue, it will automatically at the 14 days, or maybe the next day, charge the $99 for the annual membership, unless you'd like to just try it month to month to start and call the Instacart customer service folks before that 14 days, and they can switch it over to the monthly for you. They can do all kinds of refinements to our accounts, which is so helpful. They can set up, as long as I don't want to, John, we want to hear more from you if you have stuff to share on.
No, you're doing great.
Oh, wow.
Okay, this is Perla. I have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Could you put that telephone number into the notes or
Yes.
speak it or something? That would be great.
Yes, I've got it here.
That's my
definitely, it's going to be helpful. And it's 7 days a week, and it is 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific.
okay.
And they love to help. And you just select the option number 1, which says senior. If you're a senior 60 or over, press 1. Well, that's us, whether we're 60 or not. They're glad to help.
So, yeah, so this is really interesting to me because I haven't done any of this. And um, Harvey, usually does the shopping, but this would be good for me to know and to try on my own one of these days. My other question is about the quality of the items that you get, like produce or meats, or when they select, are you happy with the quality of the things they select?
That's a good question. What's your experience on that, John?
We have been very happy, and the shoppers seem to do a nice job of picking items that are fresh. And the other thing that you're able to do is if you have a list and you submit that list to them, they will they give you options for what you would like them to do if a particular item that you have requested is out of stock.
Oh,
And so you can request a refund for that item. You can provide specific instructions for a replacement, or what you can do, and we've had very good success with this, is you can choose, I believe they call it shopper's best choice or something very similar to that. And the substitutions that we've gotten have always been very satisfactory. So if something isn't in stock, they may get you the same brand in a different size, or they may get you a different brand in the size that you requested, or whatever. So an example might be that you ordered Skippy peanut butter, and if it turns out that they don't have the exact item that you requested, if you tell them to provide you with the best match, chances are it's going to be something that is very satisfactory.
Okay. Go ahead,
Carla, they text you when they find that there isn't Skippy there. And then at that point, they ask you, what would you like me to do? And then you text them back and tell them what you want.
Okay. I have another question. All these stores have special cards and coupons. Like Harv came back from Safeway and he said, oh, wow, the broccoli was $3 a pound unless you had the coupon, and then it was 79 cents.
Oh my gosh.
So, he had the coupon on the Safeway app on his phone. And he's got that, Safeway discount card. And I know Rayleigh's has that. And, everything that's on sale is on sale if you have their card. Are all these things applied if you shop with a service?
Not automatically. There are some discounts available through, for example, Costco puts some things on sale. And I put those in my cart, but there is in the Instacart app, and I thought if we have time, I would open up the app and just show a couple of highlights to kind of give a little direction on that. And at the top of the app, when you open it on my iPhone, it says account, and then under accounts, there's account settings, and there's all kinds of treasures under there, including setting up notifications for push notifications for text messages and loyalty cards. And then open that up, and then the list of loyalty cards comes up, Safeway, etc. And you can link it that way. And I haven't done that yet since I found out about that this morning, how easy that would be, because I need to link our Safeway. I've not done that yet, but they will ask for the email associated with that particular store, or or the phone number, I believe. Oh, no, the membership number on the actual Safeway card or whatever the store is. So they told me, and I opened it up actually, Perla, and it did look, I mean, there's a list of these stores, and I thought, well, that looks like an easy thing to do.
Mm,
I
wow.
think we will have time for that, Holly, and I think it's a really good idea.
Okay, thank you.
Donna
Okay.
or Bob, do you have any questions?
I do have some questions. First of all, about the payment, I've heard you say that you enter um, credit cards or debit cards. Do any of them, do you know, take PayPal or something like that, or is it always a credit card?
I believe PayPal is on the list. I believe I'm remembering that. You can call the Instacart folks and verify that. I'm pretty sure.
Something that is there is, Donna, is Apple Pay, because that's what I just signed up with mine when I started it, was with Apple Pay.
Okay. Okay, that's great. I just was thinking about putting my credit card number out to so many different places. I'd rather use something that's already set up with my credit card. So Apple Pay would work. That's great.
Mhm.
Oh, well, and, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Holly and John, because you're not gonna have your credit card in all these different places. It's, Instacart is your hubbub. And so they're the only ones that are gonna have your credit card.
Oh, okay.
Right, Holly, right, John?
That's my understanding, but what do you think, John? I mean, that seems right to me.
Yes, I believe that's correct. So I don't think the restaurant itself, or restaurant or store, gets your actual credit or debit card information. Because when I have reviewed my statements, the the billing was always done through DoorDash. So if you put a credit or debit card into your account, or PayPal for that matter, and I believe that Holly is correct. I'm pretty sure that PayPal is able to be used. Um, your information isn't being given out to a lot of different businesses. So,
Okay.
so you don't have to
Mhm.
worry about your credit card or debit card being on file at the last 20 places that you've shopped over a long period of time.
Mhm.
You know what happened with us yesterday is because I used the restaurant tab in Instacart, which took me to Uber Eats and did that order. Because it was linked to Instacart, that was a benefit of it. I just needed to confirm my address so they knew it was me, and our um, on file payment method was automatically there. They told me such and such ending in, the last four digits of the credit card number. And I just said, yep, that's me. So that was nice.
That's very nice. I was thinking I would have to go to, I don't understand Instacart a lot. I've not used any of these services, but I thought I would have to go to the DoorDash app and put my credit card there and go to the Uber Eats and Instacart and all the different ones. But so Instacart is like a umbrella for all of those different choices.
It's not DoorDash though, and so I'm quite intrigued with DoorDash as a possibility for future restaurant orders,
Mm-hmm.
because Uber Eats um, was a little challenging for me, which like it was good for my pride.
So just to be clear on this, Instacart and DoorDash and Uber Eats are three different entities. And if you wanted to be signed up with all three, you would have a payment method on file with each of the three. Now, the payment, the type of payment could be different. In other words, DoorDash could be your debit card and Instacart could be PayPal, for example. But you have to have payment information on file with each of these services that you're going to use. But the point that I was trying to make a couple of minutes ago is that your payment information, to the best of my knowledge, is not passed along to the stores or restaurants that you shop at through these services.
Okay, okay, that sounds good. And another question I have is a friend of mine that used to use Uber Eats said that there were so many different fees. I don't know if it's that way with the grocery stores too or not, whether there's a delivery fee and a service fee and a tip. Are there 3 different service fees that are charged for that?
Well, there are. If you have a monthly or yearly membership, usually the delivery fee is waived, assuming that you meet the minimum order amount, which, as I said, for DoorDash, typically is $12, a minimum of a $12 order. Sometimes, to be honest, I'm not completely sure how the service fees work, because sometimes my orders don't seem to have any service fee, and then other times an order will have, a couple dollar service fee. So I'm not really sure if it has to do with the distance between you and the store or restaurant that you're shopping at, or I'm not sure what it is that triggers the service fee, because like I said, I don't always see it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Donna, I can share an example, uh, fresh from yesterday. I'm still trying to figure it out, but we ordered we'll call it a $20 gyro plate from Nick the Greek, which Bob and I share from time to time. And I ordered some extra pita for $2, some hummus for $1.50, and an extra tzatziki sauce. And I think that was all. And with the tip options came up starting at 20%, but of course one could change that and take it down or put it up. We left it there this time. And so that was $8. And even with a $15 discount coupon, we were out the door for $32.
Wow, that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah, yeah, from what I've heard other people share about the expense of it.
Okay. I did notice that there was a fee in there of about $10 and something, which I'm assuming was service fees. I didn't take the time to go looking to see if I could determine exactly what that was. But that was, I'm basically out the door with a $15 discount. And we'll get 2 meals out of it.
Oh, thank you. Yes,
You're welcome.
This is
that
Bob.
sounds good.
Can I share something? really
Sure.
quick? Sorry. Something I wanted to share, Donna, a lot, while we're talking about pricing is sometimes I noticed that the apps like Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Instacart, more so for the restaurants, sometimes there's a slight variance in what you would be charged. If you were to purchase the item there in person versus through the app. Sometimes the prices on the app are slightly higher. And that is, in addition to the service fees and delivery and tip, etc. It's just something to note. It's not always exactly the same.
Well, thank you. Yeah, well, it's very valuable to be able to get things delivered. You have to think about if you're driving, gas and getting there and all of that too.
Yeah.
It's really exciting to me to think about being able to have things delivered like that with
Yeah.
transportation being a challenge.
Oh, it's so
I
helpful.
noticed that DoorDash, and Instacart and these other apps, they do typically have a lot of promotions and deals and sales and things that you can apply, from the app to the order so that it's not quite as much.
Mm-hmm.
This is Bob. I have questions.
Hi, Bob.
Hi. So first of all, John, with Grubhub, is it tied to your GPS location? I'm thinking if you were on vacation and you were somewhere, do they deliver to where your phone is, or you have to give them the delivery address of where you want things brought?
My experience is that you have to provide the delivery address. Susan and I go to Nebraska once or twice a year to visit my cousins, and we always stay at a hotel in Lincoln, which is the capital city. And I've ordered through DoorDash a couple of times while we've been there, especially since the room that we get always includes a refrigerator and a microwave. So sometimes, we enjoy having some snacks and uh, makings for sandwiches and stuff like that. And my experience has been that I do need to provide the delivery address. However, the app saves the delivery addresses that I've put in. So when we're there and I want to use DoorDash, the only thing that I have to change is the room number in the hotel, and the driver will actually bring it to our door. I mean, they'll actually bring the order to our room,
That's great.
which is extremely convenient because I don't have to go down to the lobby and try to find the person when there are a bunch of people down there and everything. So the fact that they're able to bring it directly to our door is fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then I had two questions on the Instacart. So when you order from them, or let's say you had your shopping list, but it was going to be at multiple stores that stuff would need to be picked up. Do they do that? They go to all these multiple stores, or you have to make separate orders, one for store A and one for store B, or how does that work?
I'm honestly not sure if you can place an order, a single order that is coming from multiple stores, or whether you would have to do separate orders for each one. Do you know, Holly?
I don't know for sure, John, but I agree with you on that, just from the experience of, for example, when I shop from ABC store, I will then get an email receipt of all my items, and so it'd be store specific. So I think it would just they could help you, Bob, if you wanted Instacart's help putting items in shopping and putting them in the cart. But I think they would do separate orders for each store. That's just a guess.
Okay. And then does anybody know, um, is Whole Foods one of the places that Instacart will go?
I haven't seen it, but I haven't looked at the whole list. But New Leaf is on there. In fact, New Leaf has a $10 discount coupon sitting waiting for me to use.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Let's see why. Is it,
Okay, Sophia's gonna
I
check.
can pull the app open
Oh,
and
good.
it is,
Good, good, good.
Whole Foods, is it in Scotts Valley?
No,
No, it's in Santa Cruz
Okay.
on
Yeah.
SoCal.
This is Perla. I suspect that Whole Foods, because it's part of Amazon and Amazon does that delivery thing, it might be tied to something with an Amazon delivery.
yeah,
I think you could be right. It says Whole Foods Market not available on Instacart.
Okay.
Yeah, they want you to use Amazon.
mm-hmm.
Sophia, since you're in Santa Cruz, maybe you can give people, obviously you don't want to read the whole list, but maybe you can give people sort of a high level summary of the places that you do see that will deliver through Instacart.
Yeah, I have the app open here. So some of the options I see are Smart and Final, New Leaf, Lucky, Costco, Safeway, Target, Total Wine, PetSmart, if you've got any pets, Home Depot, Ulta, so things beyond just food too. Like you guys mentioned earlier, Home Depot, CVS, Rayleigh's, Walgreens, 7-Eleven, Dollar Tree. Best Buy, there's really a lot of options on here for whatever you need. Staples, Dick's Sporting Goods, Office Depot, Kohl's, Bath and Body Works, Michael's. There's loads. And a lot of them I can see too, have they advertise coupons, when you're searching through the store. So see, for CVS, for example, I can see $10 off allergy essentials. And what I was mentioning earlier to Donna about the prices varying sometimes on the apps and in person, I can see that many of the stores feature a little highlighted portion that says in-store prices. So they're telling you on the app, we're charging you exactly what is being charged in the store per item.
Oh, that's cool.
And
And
I,
is all of that read out to you on voiceover, John or Holly? Does anybody know?
yes, yes, it is. And thank you, Sophia, for that, because that's something else I just learned too. The difference between the in-store prices that you just mentioned. I got excited about that, and I went into PetSmart. It said, I think it was PetSmart, it said in-store prices, but then it also said that there was an 8% service fee on all items. So there might be, I think the pricing policies seem to be different for the different stores. So we should, we've got to watch that. But just for fun, okay, this is silly. I thought we really can order just about anything from anywhere, like we're talking about. And I went into PetSmart and I did a dictated search for goldfish. I thought, can I order for goldfish? I thought,
And not the kind you eat, right?
well, okay. So unfortunately, the suggestions came up. There were no goldfish swimming around in a little, bowl, but there was a selection of a whole bunch of different kinds of goldfish food. So it was just a kind of a fun thing.
Sophia, could you check while you're there? Do they have Ace Hardware?
I will have a look at that for you. Let's see.
Oh, and another thing, Sophia, while you're checking that, Sophia, there are also some of these stores, they will tell us how far away they are. And yes, it reads Bob beautifully in voiceover. It says how many miles away. Some of them are 16 miles away, 35. And I thought, how can I get free delivery with my Instacart membership? But they have long distance delivery fees that would be associated with that particular store. So watch for that too.
And I'm curious about Trader Joe's. I'm wondering if Trader Joe's is in that too.
No, bummer.
So, Bob, to answer your question, I don't see Ace Hardware. I see mainly Home Depot and Lowe's.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you, Donna. That would be one of my top picks, Trader Joe's.
Yeah, mine too.
Yes.
Sophia, if you don't mind, maybe you can bring up DoorDash if you happen to have that on your phone, and just kind of give people an idea of the categories, and maybe some folks on here would be interested to know if their favorite restaurant is available.
Sure. Yeah, let me look it up here to see if I have the app. Let me open it. Bear with me for a moment, and I'd be happy to check and see whatever you're interested in.
And while she's doing that, John, do you have a preference on when you use Ira assistance with these apps versus just doing it by yourself?
What I have found is that usually the Ira agents are very efficient. And what I mean by that is if there's a particular item that I haven't bought before that I'd like to try and find, a lot of times, having a person search for it who can see the whole screen at once and that sort of thing, it just can be done a lot more quickly, I have found. But having said that, if I have time, I will often do the shopping myself, because that way I can take as much time as I want and do as much searching as I want, and I'm not using up my minutes or tying up another person.
Okay, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm. And Bob, were you with us when we talked about that we can call Instacart with our list?
Yes.
They can place them in our cart and check out. Okay.
Okay.
Sophia, is Carpos on that list? CARPOS?
Yeah, so I have the DoorDash app open. So I just want to give a little bit of an overview from the main page, the way that it's broken down. They have categories of items. such as grocery, flowers, electronics, retail, beauty, alcohol, pets, convenience, etc. And then they also have an option slightly below that, that if you're searching for food, you can search by the type of cuisine. They have like Mexican, pizza, sandwiches, burgers, fast food, Chinese, breakfast, sushi, etc. So let me have a look now and see if Carpo's comes up. So Carpo's is not currently on DoorDash, but they do have a function where you can request a restaurant. So right below that, it says we add new ones every week and we'll notify you when your requests are added. So you can submit a request by clicking a request button for Carpo's to be added.
All right, that's great. Thank you.
Which seems like it would be like a little vote for Carpo's on there.
Yes.
How democratic, yeah.
Sounds good.
So just out of curiosity, Sophia, over on your side of the hill in Santa Cruz, what choices do you have for burgers?
So
I'm hungry.
So when I click on the burgers option, I see Pretty Good Advice, Burger King, Betty Burgers. Let's see, McDonald's, Burger and Grill.
That's good.
Nearby. Five Guys, Jack's Hamburgers, Jack in the Box, Chili's, Wingstop, which is I don't think has burgers. And those are kind of set.
Yeah.
I have the address set to the office here.
So as you all can hear, there are a lot of choices.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Any more questions, you guys? Donna, Bob, Perla?
And I have some more on Instacart when we're ready.
Okay. Unless there's any more questions, is there?
Exactly. Yep.
They're not coming up, so go, Holly, go.
Woohoo. Okay. You know,
Oh, bless you.
I love learning with you all. This is such a neat opportunity every month we have to share and to learn. I'm just thank you for doing this. Thank you, Vista. Thank you, Babby.
You're welcome.
Bob, yeah, Sophia, etc. Okay, costs. Back to costs on Instacart. Something else to keep in mind is the minimum order. If we have an Instacart membership, the $9.99 a month or the $99 a year, we enjoy all the same benefits, whether it's monthly or for the year. What was it? Oh, they normally had a $35 order minimum to get your free delivery and reduced extra fees. They've had for some months now, she thought maybe since December, a $10 minimum. But she said, don't count on it. That could change. And I noticed that when I was looking into some of the stores, that some of them say a $35 minimum. So just to be keeping that in mind. And it's not very hard these days to order $35.
Yeah.
I mean, and price differential between shopping in store. I'll share about Costco because that's where I do most of the Instacart shopping. A 4-pound bag of organic Envy apples, which are so yummy, $7.99 in the store, $9.99 on Instacart. So it could be a couple dollars per item, but does it save us driving there, parking, getting around a big store? Yes. And
Feel the clothes.
Right, exactly. Oh yeah, I'd like to go there sometimes for sure. And then, as I shared once, there's three ways to go about it. There is a free app for iPhones, on the App Store. Instacart also available for Androids. Computer users can go to instacart.com and utilize their website and sign up there. Let's see what else on that. And once those basic personal information, including a payment method, is all listed, I'll just go over that we can call the Instacart folks and they can add any refinements. And some things that I have on our account, just ongoing, is to please bring the groceries to the back door in the carport and ring the doorbell. And it works most of the time. The doorbell part, sometimes they don't find the doorbell, but that's okay, because I also have, under the account and account settings on the app, I have it set for text notifications. So I'm seeing, as John spoke to, I'm seeing the progress that and Raphael just started shopping. And Raphael is checked out, and I like seeing that. I also have on there just my personal preference to please don't substitute a product unless they check with me first. And that has created some interesting situations as a voiceover user, because they have at times sent a picture, I guess it's an image, and I wasn't able to see what it was. So I've written back that thank you for shopping for us. I'm so sorry. I'm blind and not able to see the photo. Could you please tell me in words what it is? It doesn't happen very often. But it's just a personal preference thing. And it sounds like, John, you and Susan have great results in having them come close.
We've had very good success with that. And one thing that I just want to mention, I'm sure this is probably obvious to people, but when you sign up with these services and you give them a phone number, you want to make sure that it's a cell phone number, not your home phone, because you need to be able to receive the text messages that they send when a delivery is in process, or when they are at a store and they need to make a substitution.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So you always want to use a cell phone.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Yes. And I know that, for example, I've had from start to finish, I can do my orders, and I actually find it kind of therapeutic going in and doing searches for different things, because I've learned about new products. They even, like, for example, Costco has new items. They have items on sale. Your items on sale, as John spoke to, things that past orders that we order often, so it makes it really easy just to recreate a shopping list based on that. So it's very user friendly, very, very user friendly. I have set up a scheduled delivery, and then myself, excuse me, and then found out that I wasn't going to be back in time, or something was happening. I needed to change the time. So I called Instacart, and they so easily just changed it and put it out 2 hours, or would you like it? When would you like it? So sometimes I do the dance of myself doing it independently, as well as helping them with some refinements to it as needed. Let's see. Well, any questions at this point, or shall I open up the app and just show you a couple things?
Yes, so.
Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 12:10. We're doing great. Yeah, on time. All right. I'm just gonna get it opened up. You can talk amongst yourselves. This is I will share that I am using my my earbuds with my iPhone to go to the app in my notes, and then I'm doing Zoom on my iPad. It's so nice to have two devices to work with. But I'm kind of new at this, so sorry, I'm going to be a little slow. So I'll be
You're
back.
doing great, Holly, and I thank you so much for all of your research that you've done on it.
Oh,
I always brag on you when you ask Holly to do something. You got to know she's going to research it and have it all.
well, thank you. That's very kind. It's a great way for me to learn too, and I was just so reinforced how gracious the Instacart folks are. I had one fellow yesterday who spent an hour and 3 minutes with me and loved it. I'd ask questions and listen, and he was doing it from memory too. And he said, "Well, let me just double check that one just to make sure it's still accurate." And you'll notice that they all seem to have, other than American type accents. I've had difficulty figuring out what the accent is. I find them fine to understand. Some are a little more challenging. But I talked to a gal today, and I said, "You have such a nice accent. May I ask where you're from, please?" And she is from South Africa. Just came to
Thank you.
America. Just a
Thank you.
doll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll be just a moment while I get that my phone locked on me. Sorry.
This is Bob. While she's doing that, I had just Googled food delivery apps, and there are, on this search, 17 different apps came up.
Wow. Local
I'm sorry.
ones?
Uh, a lot of the same names that have been discussed here, and then a bunch that I've never heard of. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the actually, while it's still in my notes, I want to give the phone number so it's on the recording. I'm sorry I didn't give it sooner. And then I'll get it to you. Is it okay, Sophie, if I get a little paragraph and info to you by tomorrow? Is that okay?
Of course.
Okay, thank you. I want to make sure they've got that phone number and a couple other things. Okay, so the website is for computer users, instacart.com. And then the help is instacart.com, sorry, instacart.com/help to go to information to get help. And also on the Instacart app from the App Store in Apple, there is a section under account, I believe, someplace up in there where there's a help section, and you can talk to a very friendly bot if you'd like. It's okay. Phone number is okay. So senior and specialized help support line is 844-981-3433. Okay. All right.
Perla, I can send you that contact card if you'd like.
Yes, I set it up on a contact. Thank you, Bevy. I set it up on a contact card. So I just asked SIRI to call Instacart, and I call it customer service because that's just the way my brain has filed it. They call it senior and specialized support.
That'd be great, Bevy.
Okay.
And thanks for giving us that number, Holly.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
225 Mount Herman Road.
I'm wondering, while you're working on that, does anybody have any ideas of like what the costs are for extra distance? I'm thinking, like I'm probably 3 miles from Lenardi's, but I'm up a hill and what some people would consider a difficult drive for about 2 miles.
I'm not sure that they would. I mean, that seems pretty close, but I hear what you say about a more difficult, challenging distance drive. It might tell you, John, would it tell Perla in the app on the store? I wonder. When I think of a long distance
I'll
charge,
have to download it and give it a try and see what happens.
Sure.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Bob again. Just, I guess I'm putting out a little word of caution because I'm noticing here that at the App Store, they have Grubhub, they have Grubhub for restaurants, and they have Grubhub for drivers. So just be careful of which one you're looking at.
But we haven't talked about Grubhub at all. It's all. Does anybody use that one?
I guess not.
Then don't worry about it.
Yeah. There you go. Keep it simple, right?
You know, I think DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats are all very similar in that I believe the majority of their business is delivering from restaurants. And for us, we have only used DoorDash. We haven't used either of the other two. And one of the things that I think would be kind of fun to do sometime, and I will try to do this, is to check out all three to see how similar they are in terms of the places that they'll deliver from.
Mhm.
Because you know, we might find that if a person's favorite restaurant isn't on one of the apps, it's very possible that it could be on one of the others.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's good thinking.
And
Mhm.
I've also noticed a similar thing for DoorDash. So there's DoorDash, there's DoorDash Dasher, and there's DoorDash for drivers, and there's DoorDash Business.
And
Does
those
that mean
are
DoorDash would give us a ride like Uber?
No.
no, it's just delivery. So apparently what they've done is they have created separate apps for um, customers, businesses. When I say customers, I really mean individuals, businesses, and also for drivers. So as Bob said, when you go to the App Store to download the apps, you just need to make sure that you're getting the right one. And for those of us who are individual consumers, the one that we want is the one which is just labeled DoorDash or just labeled Instacart.
Mhm.
Thank you for that.
Mhm. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a sound check from my iPhone.
Button. Search products, stores, and recipe. Shopping cart.
How's the volume?
Good.
Good. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
fine.
Let me know, please, if I need to make an adjustment. So I've got the Instacart app up on my iPhone, and I've got it down to, I think, 55% on the speech rate.
To
Let me
search
know
products, stores,
think-
and recipes.
so-
Button. Search field. Do not disturb. 225 Mount Herman
So
Road.
that's where I am. That's my address. And then there's a search field. I'm just touching at the top.
Account. Button. 225 Mount. Account. Shopping cart.
I'm
Account.
flipping
220
to the
account.
left.
Button.
Okay, account. I'm up at the top, and I wanted to show you just a couple of things because there's treasures here under account. Opening it up.
Back. Button. Settings. Button.
Okay, account settings.
Help. Button. Settings.
I'll
Button.
just show you what's there. Settings.
Help.
There's,
Button.
help with the bot who will answer questions.
Savings. Setting.
Don't know what that is.
Credits. Add loyalty cards. Sign up or link.
Okay, this is where under account and account settings, there's where you add your
Add
loyalty.
cards. Sign up or link a loyalty card. Button.
Okay, I'm going to open it, double tap,
Close. Button.
and then
Costco Business Center. Costco membership. 3. Button. All loyalty cards. Heading. Andronicos Community Markets. Andronicos for you registered. Button. Add card. Button. CVS registered. CVS registered. Extra Care registered. Button. Add card. Button.
okay, so the only one I have set up so far is Costco. And that does give me the added membership benefits from Costco. So that's how easy it is. So it's under account and account settings. And I'm going to go back
Your Costco. Your loyalty. Close. Button.
and show you some other things I found here. Very fun.
Savings. Help. Settings. Orders. But settings. Button.
Uh-oh.
Orders. 107 hours and 9 orders. Settings.
Tells me how many hours they've saved me because they're shopping instead of me.
Help. Button.
Help.
Savings. Credits. Add loyalty card. Family. Heading.
Okay, this I wanted to show.
Add family to family. Heading.
Okay, there's a heading of family. Again, account settings, family. Thinking of you, Donna. There are family memberships available for the same price. So the way it works is we can have the account holder who would set up the account with, I might recommend trying that 14-day free trial for membership. And then after the trial period, when you've established if you want it to be on a monthly of $9.99 or the $99 a year, after that, then you can come here and create a family account. And the account holder can send an invitation to someone. We can have a total of 4 in the family, I believe. Everybody gets the same benefits. And so there's a place to send an invitation.
Savings, heading, help,
Where did
button,
that go?
credits,
Come back.
promos, and credits, promo,
Or last it.
credits, add family, add family,
Family.
add family to shop with shared cards.
Okay.
Invite, button,
Add family to shop with shared card. It has more information under there, and there's the invitation. And so what it looks like after that's set up and the person responds and accepts the invitation is that person, bottom line is they can set up their own information with their payment method and their delivery address so that people in the family can use a family shared cart or they can do a personal cart. Does that sound of interest to anybody on this line?
Yeah. Right now, my daughter and I have 2 different accounts, so.
Yeah, I think that's so great.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that would happen. Also in this area is where we go to notifications.
collections, heading, recipes, lists, share send a gift card, refer a friend, refer a friend.
Anyway, I'll just tell you that notifications is also, I believe, under this account setting account area, and you can turn on the text notifications, push notifications. So that is under account. So now
savings, credits, back button,
back
button, search products.
Okay, so there's a search button. I'm back at the beginning.
225 Mount
at the
Herman Road.
Opening page. I can go from here to
account, shopping cart, search products,
there's shopping
stores and recipes button, search field.
I can put in, if I know I want to go to Costco or Safeway, I can dictate that in. My dictate button is because I have an active edit field is on my phone down bottom right is my dictate.
Simplify spring,
Normally,
simplify spring.
Not always.
Cleaning and
once it's active. So you could do it that way, or you can just touch and get focus further down on the phone on the
pick up
page.
button, credit start text offers, pick
I'm
up
just
button,
swiping right.
selected, in-store, selected, button, in-store prices button.
So the different sections if you want to find who does in-store prices, but remembering that often they have their own service fees.
Costco, Smart and Final, $15 off. Costco, card with 1 item by 12:45 p.m. button.
Okay, button, double tap to open.
Selected, 225 Mount Herman, $50 Instacart close.
Okay. So
1, add 20. Do not disclose. Close, $50 if you learn more.
I'm just
button,
bypassing all their nice
close.
little notifications and offers. They have a credit card and they'll give me $50 if I take their credit card, which I don't want to do.
Bring the bar to you and shop alcohol favorites.
Oh, there we go.
Next service availability, delivery by 12:55 p.m. button. Pickup unavailable. Next, bring the
I'm
bar
swiping.
to you and shop now button.
I'm swiping right.
Buy it again. View more button. Heading.
Okay, there's my buy it again, like John was saying. Makes it very easy.
Kirkland Signature Organic Lactose Free Milk, 64 fluid ounces, 3 count, $16.78.
Terrible price.
Philadelphia cream cheese.
Okay, that was Christmas. Okay, so you get the idea there. Now I want to go down to the bottom.
Tab bar.
It's a tab structure at the bottom on my phone. There's 4 tabs going from left to right.
Selected. Shop. Tab. 1 of 4.
Okay. To
Aisles. Tab. 2 of 4.
Swiping right, aisles tab. That's kind of one of my go-tos.
Buy it again. Tab. 3 of 4. Flyers. Tab. 4 of 4.
Okay, flyers is a great one to go to because that's where we can see the super sales on that. That's one area. I really enjoy shopping with Instacart. And I found things that I've not known that they had at Costco and other stores because I can't see them when I go there with my husband. So this is so cool.
Selected.
I'm still on the bottom. I'm going to the left of
Selected. Shop. Tab. 1 of 4.
The only thing that shop tab on the bottom left, to the left of that, I'm swiping left, is where my cart is. It's not labeled. It's the only thing I have found that I use often that's not labeled for voiceover.
1. Add $28.07 to get $10 off restaurants.
Okay, so it said 1. I have 1 item in my cart, but it didn't say cart down there. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you to the left of the tab on the bottom is cart. So going again to on the bottom to my aisle tab. That opens up a lot of useful
Tab bar, aisles, tab, 2 of 4.
double tapping and going to the top of my phone. I bet some of you voiceover phone users are picturing this like I do when somebody's demonstrating.
Shop by aisle, heading.
Shop by aisle.
Buy it again. Flyers. Kirkland signature. Sales.
Sales.
Deli and dairy. Pantry. Produce. Beverages.
So I can open any of those up and go specifically there, or something I often do.
Search.
I get the top. At the
Button.
top
Search
is,
field.
there's a search button. I'm going to double tap to activate.
Search field is editing. Ask or search anything. Character mode. Insertion point at start. Dictate. Dictate.
Organic apples.
Inserted organic apples.
Okay. I'm touching to get focus underneath that.
Martinelli organic
Let's
apple.
see what
Organic apples. Button. Martinelli organic apple juice. Button.
they'll come up with a lot of suggestions.
Go organic applesauce. Button. Organic applesauce pouches. Organic apples bag. Organic applesauce jars.
Oop.
Organic apples bag. Button.
Let's try that. Organic apples.
bag.
I could have been more specific in my search and I wouldn't get all of that stuff. But I just wanted to show you kind of what might happen. It's really fun.
Results for organic apples bag. Organic honey crisp apples. 4 pounds. Buy it again. $17.40.
Ay, ay,
Many in
ay.
stock. Button.
What?
Item details.
Man, those have gone up.
Organic Fuji apples. 4 pounds. Buy it again. $9.94. Many in stock. But organic snack Fuji apples. 3 pound. Related items. Organic NB box. 4 pounds. Buy it again. $9.94. Many in stock. Button.
And that's the one.
Show item details. Actions available.
Okay, I can open it up. I can
Increase quantity.
flick down because my rotor that is there with voiceover. I flick down because the actions menu with the rotor is available. Increase and I can. I think if I double tap, it just adds it.
1 in cart.
Yeah.
2. Add $28 to.
It added it to the cart. If I want to get more information about a product, I can double tap on it, and it will give me more details. Sometimes it shows ingredients. For frozen foods and things like that can be helpful. Yeah. So I think that, and then just to talk through after everything's in my cart.
Strawberries. 2 pounds. Return to back button.
Back button. I'm
Search.
just gonna
Search.
talk you through checking out. If
Tab bar. Shop. Tab. 1 of 4.
I'm going to the left to my cart.
2. Add $18.13 to get $10 off restaurants. Button.
Okay, I'm opening my cart. Double tap.
Back button. Back. Get $10 off. $21 and organic NB box. 4 pounds each. If out of stock. Refund. 1 in cart. $9 and make this order for Dave's Killer Bread Organic 21 whole grain. 27 ounces. 2 count. 27 ounces. 1 in cart. $11.93. Button.
Okay, so my
Displays
two
item
items.
details.
So at this point, I go down to the bottom and I just keep swiping right until I go to checkout, something like that. It's very, very logical, user friendly, easy to figure out. And then there's an opportunity to set up the time of delivery. There's choices. There's free delivery. There's priority that sometimes is a little more. And sometimes if I do a later delivery with a 3-hour window, I can save a couple dollars and they automatically apply that. And then there's that area about the tip we talked about. You can choose the level of your tip, your 5%, 10%, etc. There's underneath the tip options. I just learned that opening that up gives you can put a 0 amount, although I wouldn't recommend that. Probably not the best thing, but
No.
So there we go. And then proceed to checkout. It's very self-explanatory. And then I get an email that tells me, and I think a text message that tells me that my order is confirmed and blah, 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 blah. So that is how I shop. And it's just so fun. I love it.
That is fun, Holly. Thank you so much. That made it a lot clearer and a lot less terrifying.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I so wanted to do that. Yeah. It's so neat to be able to shop independently like a sighted person would.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And to find
Or-
out new things, like you said, new products. That's fun because we can't go in and look at things. So that's wonderful.
It is. And then I also, we're label readers. Try to eat fairly healthily, although, yes, John, we love a good hamburger and chocolate shake. We should do that sometime as a treat. So I'll be looking at say it's a product I'm not familiar with, and I'll open it up on my Instacart, when I'm shopping, and it will tell me some ingredients, perhaps, and maybe nutritional information. I can then ask my A lady, please tell me about product so and so, or about the nutrition on product so and so, and it will tell me. Or I can use my other iDevice to go on the web to do some more research if I have any questions about something really scary that's on the ingredient list. So that's how I do it sometimes.
Thank you, Holly. That was awesome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm very grateful to have this. It was one of the Zoom and Instacart were my wonderful things that came out of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions on any of that? I have a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I interrupted you. My question is, how did that sound on your end with the voiceover, and how I did that, please? I'd love some input.
It was fine, Holly.
It was very clear.
Was it clear? Okay. Good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
very clear and very precise, Holly. That was great. Thank you.
Oh gosh.
I agree.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. We're all learning together, right? And
Mm-hmm.
stretching. Yeah.
So, you can just download the app, it's free, and just play with it a little bit if you want to, without signing up, just to get a feel of it, to know that it'll be easy to use.
Mhm.
I
And I like
wonder,
knowing.
what I'm wondering, this is Perla, and I'll have to give it a try, is to download the app and use it just to look at what's available in the different stores, like new products at Costco and so on and so forth. But I wonder if you can do that without opening an account.
That's a really good question.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll have to check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it doesn't cost anything to open an account. That's free also.
Oh, yeah. But there's no point in doing it if, I probably won't be using it for deliveries because I have someone who shops for the household.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of a different situation.
Sure. That's nice that you have that.
Sometimes.
Oh,
But but
I hear you. Yes.
but
Oh.
let's not forget, it's nice to give them a break as well,
Yeah.
If they
so that they don't
will,
have the whole responsibility.
yeah, if they will accept that, some people don't want that. So
Yeah, but when
I'll
you
have to-
use the app and the groceries show up on your front door.
I'll have to try it and see what happens. I'll let you know, we've been married for 58 years. This may do it.
That's great.
But it was really neat at Christmas time too, because I could shop kind of in a sneaky way to put some things for Santa in Bob's stocking. Some dark chocolate covered macadamia nuts, I think whatever it was, and they would come and he wouldn't know, and I'd stash him and.
Oh, good point, Holly. That's true.
Yeah, good thinking.
There's your ammo, Perla.
Yeah, well, maybe next year for Hanukkah.
There you
Does it-
go.
Mhm.
Just order some extra golf balls for Harvey.
Oh, yeah, right. I don't think Paso Tiempo golf course is on the list.
Oh, but the back nine is on Uber Eats.
Oh, boy.
Oh, is it? Oh, how funny.
Back nine. Buy Now.
Wow, Donna, we did not know that.
We know now.
Yes, we do.
That could be dangerous.
Yes, indeed.
What's the Back Nine Barbecue? Is that a restaurant there?
It's in Paso Tiempo. Oh, you go ahead, Donna, tell her.
Yeah, it's a bar and grill, Perla. It's a bar and a grill, and they have wonderful food, and they have happy hour. I don't know if we could get we can't get happy hour delivered.
No.
But
But
where is it? Is it at the golf course?
it's at Paso Tiempo. When you drive off the freeway, if you keep going straight, you'll go
Oh, okay. I didn't know they had a name. The
Yes.
Back Nine. Okay.
back
Yeah.
nine. Uh-huh.
Really good food.
Okay, great.
So is that the restaurant at the golf course, or that's the restaurant that used to be the old Beechwood?
That's a good question,
question.
Bob. Yeah.
So is it right there on the off ramp?
Yes.
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 Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's so there's another restaurant on the golf course itself.
Yeah,
I
that's the
can't
one
think of the
I'm
name of that
thinking
one.
of. Well, I know the Holland's House is used to be, well, and there are two places that serve food. There's the Holland's House, which is usually used for special events and stuff. And
Mhm.
sometimes they have during the summertime, they have Thursday night dinners. But as far as I know, that's it. They don't serve all the time. But then down where the pro shop is, there's another bar and restaurant. And it's more casual, casual
Mhm.
food. And they serve, like breakfast, lunch, and I think they're open till 7 in
Yeah.
the evening.
That's beautiful there. We've
Mhm.
gone there several times last year. It was very nice and overlooking
Yeah,
the golf course.
So then the back nine
right.
is up on top, more or less, more at the freeway.
Yes, right off the
Oh.
freeway.
Okay.
Oh, we've never eaten at the Back Nine. We'll have to
We would sure recommend it to you because we go there, our birthday group that celebrates birthdays together at church. We go there for every birthday celebration and it's really, really, really good food.
And we go at
Oh.
happy hour to get all their appetizers. They have a fantastic array of appetizers.
Yeah.
Make your meal out of that.
Yeah.
Wow. But who knew? After all these years that I've been going to Paso Tiempo, I never knew that was there. Thank you for the tip.
You got it.
So we learn all kinds of tips and tricks.
Absolutely.
Sure did. This is very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm grateful for what I've learned too. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Ruby, what are we ordering for lunch off of
I know, right?
Right. I'm ready for lunch now.
I was just thinking about our support group, one of our ladies that lives up in, where does she live, Perla?
Folsom.
Yeah, Folsom is coming down and I was thinking, oh, maybe we could do an Instacart delivery or something. The pizza from Costco is really good and very cheap.
Hmm.
Yeah. I just thought of something that happened with my first Uber Eats order yesterday is, I guess because it was my first order, that they sent me a pin that I needed to give to the driver. And anyway, long story short, he left the food on the back door and I could hear the car out there running and I couldn't get my phone I was having difficulty getting my phone to the point where I could enter the pin for him. So I just grabbed my cane. I walked out to the street and I said, thank you. And I said, the pin number is, and off he went. So
Mhm.
Yeah, John, and I was talking to John one time on the telephone when he had got a delivery and he gave him the pin so that they make sure they're not delivering it to the wrong house.
Oh, hey, John, does that happen all the time? I was thinking that was just a one time thing, or how does that work, please?
Did we lose John?
You know, I'm
Oh,
really
maybe.
not sure. For some reason, I started getting asked for a PIN a couple of months ago,
Hmm.
and they did that for about a month, and now they're not asking me for one anymore. So I don't know what it is that causes them to decide whether or not they need to, you know, to have a PIN number associated with an order.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's good to be prepared for that, Holly, next time.
By the way, just a little tip. Um, my experience has been that when they have provided me with a PIN for an order, it's always the last 4 digits of my cell phone number.
Oh,
Yes, mine was too. Okay, that's good.
well, you should know that, my heart, Holly.
I do.
And what's kind of nice knowing that is that the PIN doesn't seem to change. And so I've never been in a situation where I had a driver at the door and I needed to scramble with my phone, you know, to get the specific PIN number for that order,
Oh,
because it's always the same and it's my last 4 digits. So it's it's made it kind of convenient.
so John, you just meet him at the door and verbally tell him it's okay to do.
That's Oh yeah, that's what I've always done.
Oh, good, thank you.
Matter of fact, I didn't even realize that you have the ability to enter it on the phone. That's good to know.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
What I ended up doing.
Mhm.
This has been so great.